It's crazy.
Military operations are in progress. We urge all civilians to remain inside the safe area. Rapid screening is mandatory. Please remove all metallic objects and electronic devices when entering the safe area.
Worship a Jew. This is racial disloyalty right here. Now you're pro-white and you're still justifying, even at this point, conceding that he is Jewish, that you would still worship him, which is showing racial distrust with me and you.
I wanted to point out one more thing. He talks about how supposedly based the Orthodox Church is and going all the way back. I don't know if anyone here is aware of this, but there was an actual council in 1872 of the Council of Constantinople where they specifically came together to address this kind of thing. And this was officially done by the church itself, not a bunch of, nobody priests. And it specifically condemned philitism, which is the idea that sorry, I'm tired. So basically, church jurisdiction should be based on. It condemned the idea that church jurisdiction should be based on national or ethnic lines rather than territorial, and the council viewed it as heresy, which basically means all forms of xenophobia and chauvinism which are contrary to Christ's teachings. So your church already came out 100 and something, let's see, almost, yeah, a very long time ago and already said, yeah, racism bad, boys. They did this way before the Catholic and Protestant churches, by the way.
Okay.
1872. That's before the.
Real quick,
Okay.
Sven, we gotta keep you here if you don't mind. And I know you're a little bit sleepy. Got off a plane. I gotta get to Fallen, then I gotta get to Big Tech, then I gotta get to YT Man. I'm skipping around. Canadian girl, listen, you're an atheist, so like and you're a woman, so I'm kind of keeping you on the back burner here. But I love you, sister. All right. I don't mean to act Abrahamic on you right now, but this is how Abrahamics treat women, like dog shit. You're lucky I'm not making you wear a bed sheet or a cloth over your fucking face. Okay. So you just hold tight. Go ahead, fallen folk.
I got a few points to address. The first guy, I forget who was talking, regarding the white mummies in China. He's talking about the Terrarium mummies, and they're estimated to be around 2000 BCE. so about 4,000 years. But even their DNA test shows that they were predominantly North Eurasian. They did have, white DNA in them, but it was the minority. And then to address Swedge, his point when he said the thing about the pagans in his mumble, he's basing his the sacrifice that they did in the movie 300 and generalizing it. Now, I'm not a Greek, so I can't speak on Greco paganism, but if we're talking Northern European paganism, sacrifices were not something of the norm, and if they were, it was criminals, and it was old people. It was people who were just they were very elderly, and they were given sword in hand as they were sacrificed. But because the Germanic people didn't keep written accounts, we don't even know if that's true. So yeah, that's basically just what I want to touch on.
Great share. Big Tech in the building, supposedly coming out of retirement just to smash Christians against the rocks. Wait a second. Baby Christians against the rocks. Wait a second. That's Yahweh. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. The space god, Big Tech.
Y'all, let's go. Thank you for that warm welcome. Remind everybody your life is you are living and fighting dedicated to the protection and guardianship of white babies and their mothers. What was your name? Swedge? Swedge, while you got the book of Romans open, could you read for us?
What is this?
Romans.
This is
15:27.
not. This is. This is
one?
not satire. This is real.
There we go. Swedge is he's a good sport, man. I got to give it to him. Not sensitive, taking criticism well. Totally throwing me off here.
No, man. Yeah, it's not about being feminine and being a bitch about everything. I mean,
you're a fighter.
Yeah.
Bro. You got fight. You got
Thanks, bro.
Fighter mentality.
I am a fighter. I literally fight people for fun. What is it again?
15:27.
For they were pleased to do it, and indeed they owe it to me. For if the Gentiles have come to share in their spiritual blessings, they ought also to be of service to them in material blessing. I don't know if that's
Who is they and them? I'm not sure which
I'd
version I'm reading from.
Yeah, I'd have to see like the previous verses and the after verses. I'm guessing you're going to say it's Jews.
It is the Jews. You are right. That section is where he's talking to the church in Rome, where he's collecting money from the Gentiles in Rome who he's converted to Christians. And he's telling them about his plans to travel back to Jerusalem and give money to the Jews because we owe it to them because we've shared in their spiritual blessings.
So say one more time that you said 27, right? Yeah. So I'll read the previous verse. Okay. So
sure. Maybe start at 23.
23. All right. But now, having no more place in these parts and having a great desire, these many years to come unto you, whensoever I take my journey into Spain, I will come to you. For I trust to see you in my journey and to be brought on my way thither. What is this? KJ? Okay, this is the old school KJV. Lord have mercy. Thitherward by you. If first I be somewhat filled with your company, but now I go to Jerusalem to minister unto the saints. For it hath pleased them of Macedonia and Achaia to make a certain contribution to the poor saints, which are at Jerusalem. So I'm not seeing that that's only Jews, because there would be all Gentiles. That's what happened in the Acts of the Apostles. Is the Holy Spirit descended on every non-Jew, and so the Jews. That's why we call them Judaizers in the Orthodox Church. People who try to put the Judaism before anything else. That's why we don't circumcise in the Orthodox churches. These are all forbidden practices. You see what I mean? Jesus did away with all that. Jesus himself said you should not be circumcised. But so what I'm reading here, so he's referring to the poor saints of Jerusalem. So yes, a saint could be from Jerusalem because.
So starting with stats priority. So firstly,